Hi students, good morning. I'm very happy to meet you all with my second video lecturing. I'm hoping that all of you are fine there. I hope all of you watch my previous video lecturing and other materials also I already uploaded. That is the lecture plan. So I assume all of you check those materials. If anyone needs to read the material when you get a free time, please read and get some basic idea about the course, about this course unit audit and assurance. So today lecture I'm going to discuss the first chapter, the first handout. Handout title is Introduction to Auditing and Assurance. This is our first handout. So I have the prepared PowerPoint. I'm going to share the PowerPoint with you. 132. Yes, the PowerPoint is there. Wait a minute. Yes. So now you can see this the screen, the PowerPoint slides. The first slide indicates some basic information. As I told you earlier in the previous video lecture, the lecture plan. So I hope you have some idea. The host unit name, audit and assurance. Then the second one is the course unit code, BBAA 2132. So this is my name. This is my department. I'm from account department. These animations are there. So then we go to the second PowerPoint. Second slide indicate. Here you can see the pictures. No, the two pictures are there. This picture, the first one, the left hand side. This says some information. So this says something. The other picture says something. So here you can see the particular person, QC, is checking something, no? Looking very carefully the particular receipt or bill. That the bill is very lengthy one. So the QC is sitting. The particular machine has register is there. And some other documents also there. The documents are there. You can imagine something about this picture. Definitely this picture has some information, message to us. No? This may be the accountant or accounting assistant or cashier. Yeah, sometimes maybe the auditor. Yeah, whatever it is. So you can imagine about this picture. So then you can see the next picture. This one. This picture itself consists some other pictures. Altogether 6 photos are there. So I got these pictures from the Google. You also can find these pictures Google. So this picture, the first one says, yeah, this picture says the what about others' opinion about auditor's job or auditor's role. So what about others' opinion means other people, what other people think about the auditor's job or the auditor's duty, auditor's role. So when you looking these pictures, that clearly says the different feelings or different opinions of different people about the auditor's job or auditor's role. Here the first one says, you can read here, what my friends think I do. That's a friends, what about a friends thinking? What's a friends thinking about a auditor's job? That's some of the picture says something. The friends think so. And this picture says the friend and her friends, the thinking the auditor is playing with the money, money or some other documents. It's money. The person is very happy now. The second picture you can see, but my mom thinks I do. Actually, this what is our mother thinks I do. So the mother thinking something different. The mother thinking that the person is a gentleman job, no? Yes, the next picture you can see something's a different picture. So this is the society view about the auditor's job, auditor's role. What about the society? What's the society thinking about the auditor's job? The fourth picture you can see what the partners think I do. Partners means some other other companies, other audit companies. So other people, other partners think what's auditor doing. So this picture, these last two pictures are very important. This one says ourselves, what about our thinking about our job. Actually, what I think I do, this picture says what I think I do, but auditors is doing these things. No? What I actually do, what I think I do. This is what I think I do, but actually auditor do this one. What is actually the auditor do? The person is sitting in the midpoint. The around person, lot of receipts, bills are there. Person is checking. The person is continually checking, examining, verifying the documents. So then you can imagine so what kind of responsibility auditors have, no, in the society. So these pictures clearly says some information about the auditor or about audit job. Some other information you can get it from these pictures. So once you complete this first handout, definitely then get more idea about these pictures. Yes. We go to the next slide. This is an important one. This is learning objectives of this chapter. Learning objectives or learning outcomes. Some other lecturers do learning outcomes. Both are same learning objectives. Actually, this is very important. The university, as a university guide, person you should have the idea about this learning objectives or learning outcomes. So this is clearly says what are the informations are available inside a particular handout. So then the learning objectives are the brief summary of our information which are available inside the handout. For example, in my first handout, I think 5 to 6 pages are there. So different areas, different informations are available there. But when you look at this learning objectives or learning outcomes, as a point format, we put the learning objectives very briefly. So when you read those learning objectives or learning outcomes, you can get to know, yeah, these are the informations are there inside of the particular material, inside the handout. So the exam point also, this is very important. When the examiner, they ask questions related to these learning objectives or learning outcomes. We can't go beyond these learning objectives when we set the exam questions. So you should understand first that one. Just try to get more idea about this learning objectives. So in my first handout, I have listed 6 learning objectives or learning outcomes. We'll see one by one. The first one, after completing this chapter or this handout, you should be able to explain the relationship between auditing, attestation, and assurance services. This is the first objective of this handout. This is a very important objective. We will discuss deeply in the coming slides. The second objective is, after completing this chapter, you should be able to understand the origin and evolution of auditing. That's our course unit name also, Origin Assurance. So the second objective is what we are going to discuss under the second objective, the origin and evolution of auditing. Definitely, when you study audit and assurance first unit, definitely everybody know what was the origin of the particular concept auditing and assurance. So then what is the evolution of auditing? How the audit evolved? What's the current status of auditing? So these are these informations we should know. So that's the second objective. Third one, you can say after completing this chapter, you should be able to differentiate or distinguish the term auditing and accounting. That is another important objective. So we are going to discuss about auditing. Yes. So the another concept is accounting. Already you studied about accounting from grade 10. You studied number of times about accounting. So many accounts you studied. That's why here we are not going to spend too much time about this accounting. But this third objective, what we are going to discuss, we should be able to, once you finish this handout, the student should be able to differentiate or distinguish the term auditing and accounting. That is important one. So you should be able to explain these are the differences are there, such a way both one can differ. So the fourth objective is you should be able to define and discuss the term auditing. That's important. Deeply we will you should be able to discuss the term auditing, audit or auditing. Actually, under the fourth objective, we will discuss some definition of auditing, some lot of the objectives, so how the lot of some kind of things we discuss, deeply discuss. And the fifth objective, after completion of this chapter, you should be able to discuss the features and objectives of auditing, features of aspect and objectives of purpose of auditing. We will discuss later. The last one, the last objective says you should be able to discuss the advantages and the limitation of auditing. That's important one, no? So what are the advantages and disadvantages of auditing? These are the objectives, learning outcomes of learning objectives of this chapter 1, or this first handout. So one by one we discuss. For a while, I'm going to skip these 2 slides. We'll come back later. Yes, I'm going to start my session from this one. Assurance. The assurance. The first we are going to talk about this term assurance. Before we discuss the term audit, everybody should clearly understand the term assurance. What does it mean? What's the meaning of assurance? So what is mean by assurance? In general terms, the word assurance means a positive declaration intended to give confidence. The confidence, that's a assurance. So the assurance means a positive declaration. That's a declaration means a positive statement. Yes, intended to give. So purpose to give confidence to others or to third party, to other people or to people. The confidence to the general public. General public namely the individual or some other companies. Just simply you can define the term assurance without any special clause. So someone might ask questions. What's the meaning of assurance? Simply you can say that's assurance means giving confidence, giving the confidence. That's an assurance. You know the simply we can say the H&B assurance, selling or insurance. So that the different Sri Lanka insurance. So the assurance. What the insurance companies do? Insurance companies actually what the insurance company do? Actually, they give assurance, or they give assurance or ascertain or confidence to the people or to others. How they give the confidence? You know that what the insurance company says, if you deposit this much of amount periodically or quarterly or semi-annually, if something happen, we will provide this much of amount. Yeah, that's a such kind of assurance. It is the kind of assurance. No? Yeah, sure. It's a confidence, no people. So if you deposit this much of amount, we will provide something happen. We will provide this much of amount. If you deposit to rupees 1,000 monthly, after 10 years, we will provide this much of amount. This is one type of assurance. So confidence to the people. We are giving the confidence to people. Yes, this is normally as per the dictionary definition. So suppose you search in the dictionary meaning of this term assurance, definitely the Oxford or the Lipkoff dictionary you can find this definition. But the thing is, in business context, but the problem, we should be able to define the meaning of assurance in the business context. The business area, we should be able to define something different way. You should define the term assurance. The assurance is the provision of an independent opinion by an expert practitioner on information prepared by one party for the benefit of another party. So this is a important one. In the business context, when you write to define the term assurance, it says the assurance is the provision of an independent opinion. Each and every word is very important. That's what I used different colors, and also I highlighted or I used the italic one. So because this is a very important thing, you should clearly understand what's the meaning of each and every term or the word. So provision of independent opinion. What's the meaning of independent? Independent, that's obviously we know that independent opinion is a conclusion by expert practitioner, by an expert person. What does it mean, expert? Expert means the person is a very specialized person. The person is expertise in a particular area. So doctors or the expert people, lawyers, lecturers, accountant or auditor. The expert person or expert practitioner mean the expert person, simply you can say the auditor, on information prepared by one party for the benefit of another party. Actually, the assurance says the business context. This is the providing independent opinion or conclusion by an expertise person on information prepared by one party for the benefit of another party. Simply, what is happen? But normally, what happen? Simply, what is happen? So normally, the particular or companies or organization. So they normally each and every year after 12 months. 12 months means they start from January, end in December. 12 months, or otherwise start from April, end March. So the January to December, April to March, the 12 months. They normally most of the 99% percentage of companies, they prepare the financial statement for 12 months period. It's not mandatory, but generally they prepare for the financial statement for 12 months. So answer that there's a financial statement. When we say what's the meaning of financial statement? Financial statements are the statement of profit or loss account or the P&L account. Those days we call the P&L account. Nowadays the change has a statement of profit or loss account. So second one is those days we call balance sheet. Nowadays we use the term statement of financial position. Third one is a statement of changes in equity. Fourth one is statement of cash flows. These are the financial statements. So the who will prepare the financial statement? The particular company, particular management people, they prepare the financial statement. Or the other way you can say the accountant prepare the financial statement. So once they prepare the financial statement, this expert person Actually, they check the particular financial statement. Then finally, the person provide opinion, information prepared by one party, prepared by the management for the benefit of another party. That is a benefit to the external users. So many users are there. So don't confuse too much. This the first one. No, the assurance means the provision of an independent opinion by an expert practitioner and information prepared by one party for the benefit of another party. Just read and understand. Don't try to memorize because that's a big problem. So before you memorize the particular things, try to get to know what the definition says. Try to understand thoroughly. Then you can memorize. This memorize is important, but before you start to memorize, try to understand the particular definition or concept or principles. So then next slide says the assurance services. In the previous slide, we discussed assurance. This assurance services is something advanced than assurance. So when we say the assurance services are independent professional services. I highlighted here, no? Independent, the professional services, okay, that improve or enhance or increase the quality of information for decision makers. That's very important. And please try to understand that when we say the assurance services, clearly says assurance services are independent, the professional services that enhance or increase the information quality for decision makers. That's we expect, no? That's what we should have the assurance. We need the assurance service because the assurance services enhance the quality of information for decision makers. Why the decision makers need a quality of information? Simply you can say because whatever the decision we want to make, we need information. So that's sure, no? That's sure. Without information, we can't even make the simple decision. So in order to make a decision, we need information. So the second question, whether the information is enough? No, yes, sometimes we have enough adequate, very rich information, but if it is not quality, then it's problem. Why? When we make a decision, the information is not a quality, then we can't make good decision. Decision should be the poor decision or ineffective decision. So you can imagine, no? In the organization, when they make the decision by using the information. So when they use the information to make the decision, the particular information is not quality. The information is not quality information. So then when they make the decision, what happened? Due to the poor decision, a lot of bad things happen to the company. Suppose the company have to leave from the market because of this, the poor decision. The company the can't success in the market because of this information, ineffective information. So the please understand the assurance services are the independent, the professional services that enhance the information quality. So then you can ask questions. So how can we find, how can we calculate, how can we say this is a quality information or not? It's a good question. So the quality is very difficult to measure. We can't measure in the numerical terms. So the numerically we can't measure the quality. Other one is their quantity. That's okay. Quantity, kilogram or meter or liter or whatever it is. That's we can measure numerically. So we can figure out those things. But when we say the quality, it's difficult to measure. So how can we measure? So for example, the practical life, when you go for shopping, so when you purchase some item, so a simple example, no? Even when we purchase particular 5 rupees eraser, so definitely we check the quality. On what basis do you check the quality? Whether the particular eraser is very quality than this one. On what basis you are saying this is a very quality one? So that's because we have some basis, no? That is in terms of relevance and reliable. Keep in your mind the exam time, the examiner may ask some questions related to this part. So that when we say the quality, so the quality is normally quality represent the two important aspect. One is the relevance, other one is the reliability. Relevance means that's appropriateness. The particular information is the relevant to appropriate to the particular decision making or not. So if it is appropriate, then we can say that there's a quality information. So other one is a reliable. Reliable means those informations are very reliable. It may be the particular information um, get from the reliable sources, or that's a very trustworthiness is there, or the belief. So that the two dimensions are there behind the quality. When we say the particular information is quality in terms of relevance and reliability, keep in your mind. So the assurance services are independent, the professional services that enhance the quality of information for the decision makers. So decision makers need those things. The company investors, so the present investors, future investors, everybody waiting, them expect that quality information. So the assurance services are very important in this aspect. The second point says individuals who are responsible for making decisions seek assurance services. Yes, the individuals, everybody need these assurance services. Everybody expect these assurance services for make their decisions. Why? Because they want to make a good decision or effective decision. So in order to make effective decision, they had to have quality information. So that's what that quality information definitely make sure by these assurance services to help improve the reliability and relevance of the information they base their decisions on. Assurance services are very valuable because the assurance provider is independent. So this is important one, because the assurance services very valuable because the person who provide the assurance is independent person or external person. The person come from outside the company. The person is not connected with the company, not an employee of the firm. QOC come from outside. QOC external person, not an employee of the particular organization. So that's why the person is independent and perceived, assumed, expected as being unbiased. The person is independent, so we no need to question about the bias. The bias, I hope you know the term bias. The bias, unbiased. So unbiased means very genuine. There's the true and fair. So no question, no doubt about this is the favorism. There's no favorism. Everything is perfect with respect to the information examined. Next one, attestation services. Previous one, assurance services. This one, attestation services. The first point says one category of assurance services that public accountants provide is attestation services. One category of assurance services. So when we say attestation services are one category of assurance services. So you can say the assurance service is a bigger one. The little bit similar than the assurance service, that is an attestation service. The public accountant provide this attestation service. Actually, here they use the term public accountant. No need to confuse because actually, here we use the term is audit companies. The number of audit companies are the functioning in Sri Lanka. KPMG, Ernst and Young, EY, Cooper. These are the international audit firms practicing in Sri Lanka. In addition to these international firms, number of local audit firms also function here. Southern part of Sri Lanka, you can see number of local audit firms are there. In Jaffna, you can see the Ariyatham and Co. Sarma. Some audit firms are practicing, local audit firms are there. So, but the term public accountants mean that particular audit firm, no? That's a particular audit firm. They call the public accountants. Don't think that the public accountant means only the accountant, no? Please don't think so. When we say the public accountant, that's the wide big term. It includes accountant, auditor, etc. So here, the second point says an attestation service is a type of assurance service, okay, in which the public accounting firm, you can say the audit firm, is used or provide a written communication. This is another important one. Written communication. So you know. So the communication, the different way we can communicate, no? So the different types are there. The communication types are there. Verbally we can communicate. Orally we can communicate. Another one is a written way we can communicate. So in the one question I want to ask, among these three different communication the methods, which one is more the appropriate, more reliable one, more important one? The written one. Because the verbal, those days the people use the verbal. There is mostly they use the signal, no? Without any oral or written. They use the signal. So when we say the oral communication, that is you have some experience. Oral communication. So the person said something just before 1 minute. Now you ask the particular things. The person simply refused the particular things. No, that's oral. There's not a there's problems are there behind the oral communication. So when we say this assurance or attestation services, the assurance should be in the written document, written communication. So why the written never the no one can delete that one. No, it is a document. We can keep for a longer period. Yes, that express a conclusion or the opinion about the reliability of a written assertion of another party. That point says there are three categories of attestation services. Now we are talking about attestation services. Already we said that attestation services is part of or category of assurance services. Now third point says there are three categories of attestation services. Audit of historical financial statement. Yes. Second one, review of historical financial statement. And the third one, other attestation services. Please keep in your mind when we say the attestation service, it includes three categories. Audit of the first one, audit of historical financial statement. The second one, a review of historical financial statement. And the third one, other attestation services. Actually, in this semester, the particular course unit audit and assurance, only we are going to talk about this first one, audit of historical financial statement. We are not going to talk about this review and other attestation services. Suppose if you selected accounting specialization in the final year, the fourth year, you can have a particular subject, advanced auditing, particular subject you can deeply discuss about this review, what's the meaning of review of historical finance statement and attestation services. I don't try to say you should go for accounting special. Suppose you just selected accounting specialization as your specialization, then the final year you can have the particular subject. So then, yes, audit of historical financial statement. This is very important. Throughout this semester, we are going to talk about this audit. Then you can ask a question, what does it mean, the audit of historical financial statement? So please remember, when we say audit, That's simply that indicate that that historical financial statement audit. So now, I hope that you studied about the historical cost, isn't it? Yes, you studied. What is the meaning of historical cost? And then simply you can define, yeah, historical cost mean the particular company when they purchase a particular fixes a particular date, they purchase the particular, they pay particular amount as a value or price. So then they continue the particular amount for a longer period, the value of the particular assets. For example, ABC company purchase particular building before 10 years for the price of rupees 10 lakhs before 10 years. So you can imagine, no? What's the price of the particular building now? Definitely it may be the 100 lakhs. Even the company, the particular companies, when they use the historical cost concept, still they keep the particular building value is 10 lakhs, but current market price may be more or less. So that is called as a historical cost. So the then the when the financial statements are prepared on the basis of historical cost basis, the particular financial statements are called as historical financial statement because they prepared on the basis of historical cost. So when we say the audit also say audit of historical financial statement. That simply another some other similar names are there. Then you can say the audit of historical financial statement or financial statement audit. Otherwise, you can say the company audit. Otherwise, another term you can use the statutory audit. Otherwise, you can say the finance audit. All are the similar names. Don't get confused. So in the but handout, another handout, separate handout is there for these types of audit. It may be the handout number 5. Yes, the particular handout we will clearly discuss the types of audit. So just um, enough to remember. When we say the audit of historical financial statement, that's indicate the financial statement audit. That is another simply you can say external audit or the company audit. Yes. The first point says an audit of historical financial statements is a form of attestation service. The previous slide we discussed, no? Attestation service consists 3. One is audit, review, other one is other attestation. So this point I repeat again, form of attestation service in which the auditor issues a written report. You have to be very clear, written report, written document expressing an opinion or conclusion about whether the financial statements are in material conformity with accounting standard. Actually, the first point says what is happening in the audit. The audit of historical statement is a form of attestation service in which the auditor issues the written report. Once the audit process finished, the particular auditor provide a particular report as output of audit. Then express an opinion. The particular report itself um, says the opinion of the particular auditor or conclusion of the particular auditor about about the financial statements of the particular company or organization. Whether the particular organization, when they prepare the financial statement, financial statement means P&L account or balance sheet or cash flow statements or statement of changes in equity, whether they properly followed the accounting standard or not. Accounting standard or LKS or SLAs, if they properly comply with the accounting standard, then it's fine. After auditor check clearly, then auditor says those everything is good, then they got a positive opinion. You will discuss after the mid-semester professor will explain. So audit opinion in the particular the section you can clearly understand type what is the meaning of audit opinion, what types of opinions are there. Those things professor will clearly explain, I hope. So then second point says the audits are the predominant form of assurance performed by public accounting firms. This is another important point. you should be very clear. Audits are the predominant form of assurance performed by public accounting firms. So public accounting firms and audit firms. So audits are the predominant form of assurance. So then you can ask a question. So then some other services also provided by the public accounting firm or audit firm. Yes. Please don't think that audit firms only do provide the audit service. In addition to audit, the audit firm provides some other services. Those services are called as non-assurance services. We will discuss in the coming slides. Clearly explain. I will explain clearly. Here, the previous slides here I explained. Yes, here you can see the public accountant job description. Here you can read public accountants, it means auditors, provide the services to a wide variety of clients that include individual taxpayers, large businesses, government agencies, non-profits, and educational institutions. Okay. The services performed by public accountants generally fall within three categories. Please remember, three categories. The first one, accounting and auditing. Here, audit is there, I circle in the red color. So this is only we know, no? When we say the audit firm, just we think, yeah, they provide the audit. In addition to audit service, they provide some other services also to the clients or to the companies. Accounting service they provide. Then tax services. So they normally the audit firm support in the tax calculation to the client. Then the consulting services. Audit firm provides some consultation to the clients or companies when they need. So sometimes the examiner asks a question during the exam time. What types of services are provided by the public accountant, the current world? So you can see three categories. One is accounting and audit service. Second one is a tax service, and third one is consulting services. Please remember. So here you can see the third point. That is external users who rely on those financial statements to make business decisions. Who are the external users? I hope you already studied in the first year, second semester business environment. So the organization, you can divide the users into two different categories: internal users, external users. External users mean especially the the people who are interested in the particular company. Simply, for example, the if you deposited rupees 10,000 or 1,000, even 1,000, the commercial bank saving account, so you are the one of the users of commercial bank. What type of users? You are the internal user or external user? You are the external users because you are living outside the company. So if I have account with the HNB bank, I am also one of the users of Qatar National Bank. External users. The thing is, the external users who rely mean depend on those financial statement of the particular company. Why? We have to make the decisions. Use the auditor's report as an indication of the statement reliability. This is a critical point. I want to further explain this point because you should clearly understand. Actually, as I told you as I told you earlier, just before I said an example, if you deposit particular 10,000 on the commercial bank saving account, you are the one of the users of commercial bank. Yes. So then additionally, you have another 100 million money with your hand. So now you are going to make the decision whether this 100 million has, you are going to, whether you can deposit the commercial bank saving account in addition to the particular earlier deposit, or otherwise you think about to invest in some other bank, deposit in other HNB or Salan Bank or DFCC or other HSBC. That kind of option decision you are going to make. So you are going to make a decision. So then you have to use the particular company auditor's report. Why? Then you can ask a question. Why I need to think about auditor's report? I'm going to invest the money in the commercial bank just so then I ask a question. So without checking anything about a commercial bank, how can I invest my huge amount of money in the particular bank? Suppose the particular bank last year, commercial bank, suppose they suffer the loss, big loss. So then this year you are going to make the 100 million. Would you think that you can get a better benefit from the particular bank? No, because the company is in the critical situation. No, so when you make the decision, you're going to use the information. The information should be the quality information. Yes. So how can you collect the quality information? How can you collect the information? Yes, you can say, oh, yes, I have just enough to check the financial statement. No, if I check the P&L account or statement of profit or loss account, I can simply understand the profit of the commercial bank. Yes, that's a good one. So the one way then, yes, you can see last year, now the 2020, the 2019, 2019, the statement of finance, the profit or loss, you can check the commercial bank how much profit they earned or sometimes how much loss they suffered. So then you can easily check. Then you can make the decision. That's good. Okay. My question, that is enough. Do you think that is enough? Yes, when just you check the P&L account, the P&L account indicates very attractive profit, 100 million profit commercial bank. This last year is the recorded is highest profit. The commercial bank history. Are you happy? No. As a rational investor, as a management graduate, don't think that financial statement is not only enough to make better decision. In addition to the financial statement, definitely you have to check the auditor's report. Why? The problem is the who and prepare the financial statement is my questions you can answer. Who and prepare the financial statement? Yes, you can say the management. Management mean management of the company, maybe the accountant or accounting assistant or whatever it is, whoever it is, no problem. So we should know one information. Those are the employees of the particular organization. No? They are very sincere to the company because they receive the company pay the money. Those people are the company give the life to the people. So those are the employees. They prepare the financial statement. Suppose these top management people says to the accountant when QC prepared a P&L account, actual profit may be the 100,000. So those top level people, these executive people, sometimes just the particular accountant, the make alteration in the profit. The actual profit is 100,000. You have to say, you have to figure out, you have to change the figures as 150,000 profit. Possible or not? Yeah, sure, possible because they can make some alteration. They try to manipulate the amount. There's a chance, there's a probability to happen those things, no? Because those people are the employees, no? The accountant, they pay the company, pay the huge amount of package to the accountant. The person is very sincere, very loyal to the company, no? This company provide a big package and provide some other accommodation, the BMW car. So the person is very happy. So when the top management says something, never they ignore the information. Immediately they change this one. Then how can we believe? That's why we should check this auditor's report as an indication of the statement's reliability. Then only we can make sure those informations are okay. Once you check the auditor's report, then you may be happy. Until you can't happy. Yes. They value the auditor's assurance because the auditor is independent of the client. Yeah, then you can ask questions. So because auditor's report also the person they prepare the human, no, you can't have that kind of talk because they are saying the auditors, actually the independent person, expert person, the person come from outside, the person is expertise in the person. So then we should believe the particular point we should really believe because the auditor is independent of the client and has knowledge of financial statement reporting matters. So then we accept. Then we accept. Next point says The publicly rated companies and privately held companies, the public companies and private companies in Sri Lanka are required to have audits under the Company Act number 7 of 2007. This is also a very important one. In the exam point of view, you should clearly understand in Sri Lanka, as per new Company Act number 7 of 2007, it's a compulsory to do the audit for public companies and private companies. I hope you already have some idea about the companies. Different types of companies are there. Different types of business setups are there. Grocery shops are there. And then charities, cooperatives, a lot of things are there. I'm not going to talk about those things. Just enough to remember, as per the Company Act, these public companies and private companies, they must do the audit. Yes, the external audit, no, or financial statement audit. So here, the auditor's report can be found in any public and private company's annual financial report, and most companies' audited financial statement can be accessed over the internet by visiting the company. Simply you can download this annual report each and every year. All public companies in Sri Lanka, do you know how many public companies are there? Approximately 300 companies are listed in where? Colombo Stock Exchange, CSE. In Sri Lanka, we have only one stock exchange that is called as Colombo Stock Exchange. So approximately 300 companies are listed. You can say the different sectors are there. You don't need to talk about those matters. Your commercial bank, HNB, Salan Bank, DOCC Bank, Qatar National Bank, Hemas Holding PLC, Cargills PLC, Haley's, John Hills. So many companies are there. Taj Hotel. So that a lot of companies are listed. The CSA. So then, if you want to know some information about their auditor's report, you can go to the particular company web page. Then you can download the annual report each and every year. Our companies publish annual report. In the annual report, the lengthy one, definitely there you can see the identify that you can find the auditor's report with the name of independent auditor's report. So here you can see the auditor's report. This actually this auditor's report is the final outcome or output of the audit process. So I will show that I have that the screenshot of the auditor's report in the coming slides. I will show you here. Then the government, and next point says government and non-for-profit entities or firms also often have audit to meet the requirements of lenders or funding sources. This is another interesting one. So as per the Company Act, there's a audit is very compulsory to public and private companies. You understand? Yes. So why other types of organization also want to do the audit? That I mean the grocery shops or some other charities, even charities, or the non-for-profit organizations or the sports club. Those kind of organization also want to do the audit. Why? Actually, that audit provide a lot of benefit to them because if they have the audit, simply they can get a loan from the bank. Just when they approach the bank, when they see the auditor's report, the bank manager happy, and also the trust the person, then immediately pass through. So that a lot of benefits are there. This is one of the benefits. So that in order to get those benefits, some other organization also, other types of organization also want to have the audit. So this is a picture. This is a picture. Still we discuss the assurance service. The first we discussed. Then we move to the attestation service. Then finally we spoke about the audit. So this is the picture I got from the CS Sri Lanka study pack that clearly says that the connection or the relationship between these three three types: assurance, attestation, auditing. The assurance, as I told you earlier, it is a bigger one. Assurance services. There's an attestation. When we say the attestation is a part of the assurance. There's a sub-circle, sub-OL. Audit should be the category of attestation. So this is the very smallest. So the exam point of view, examiner may ask questions. The compare or can draw, the describe or elucidate the auditing, attestation, assurance services. So then based on the marks weight, you can say something, and then finally you can draw this picture. So then examiner may happy, yes, the person got something. No? Yeah, this is a way of giving the answer for the questions in exam time. So next slide, here you can see the non-assurance services. Actually, as I told you earlier, provided by public accountant. So the particular slide, when I explained that audit, I said you, they don't think that audit companies or these public accounting firms so do the audit service only. In addition to audit service, they do some other services, the taxation service, the management consulting service, so accounting services. Those are called as non-assurance services. In addition to the assurance services, yes, the auditors, audit companies, or public accounting firms, they provide some other services also to the clients. Those services are called as non-assurance services. Here, the public accounting firms perform a number of other services that generally fall outside the scope of assurance services. Assurance is some part, one type. This is another type, non-assurance. So what are those services? Some example. You remember, no? Exam time, exam question. So list out non-assurance services provided by the public accounting firms. You can say accounting, bookkeeping, or tax services, or marketing consulting. So some other other consultancies or consultation service. So next slide shows this relationship between these assurance service, attestation service, and non-assurance service or non-assurance services. Non-assurance service, the assurance service, the attestation service. I hope you already got some idea about this. The assurance and attestation, and then audit is there. This is one circle, this one area, one part. Other one is a non-assurance there. So this is a way we can get more idea, no? It's just this one. Okay, students, here. Today I'm going to finish this video lecturing because of the it will take too much of time. So that's why I'm going to break down the 3 or 4 sessions, video sessions. This is the first video session of this first handout, chapter 1. So here I'm going to explain another one, you all. Here you can I'm going to show how to download the annual reports of the particular company here. Okay, I'm going to share this Google Chrome. Here, go to the Google. Here you can, okay, you can download Google. Here you can type one particular public companies. So here I am typing as Cargill's PLC. This is very there's a company, the popular public company, Cargill's. They have so many product types. They have the restaurant, port city, banks, Cargill's PLC, then enter. Then you can have these options. So here I am going to click on this Cargill's PLC. Yes. Once you click on that Cargill's PLC, then you can get this this much of screen. Here you can choose this one, investor relations, and then operate report. Just click on it. Yes. So then you can see here they are uploaded annual reports are there. Now what I am going to show now, I'm going to show the sample of the auditor's report. No, yes, auditor's report. Here, no, you can find the auditor's report in the annual report. Okay, Cargill's PLC, they normally uploaded 6 or 6 years, no? Yes, 6 years annual reports are there. We will click on the recent one, 2018 and 19 annual reports. Just click on it. This is downloading. It's a PDF format. You can see total 204 pages are there. Here we can find uh, auditor's report. So the lengthy document. Then we can search in the contents. Content says under the financial statements, annual report of the directors, statement directors, responsibility, independent auditors report. This is the title of the audit report. They normally put a title as independent auditor because the person is independent person. We already discussed the external audit. They use the term independent auditor report. Page number is 108. Yes, page number 108. Here we can type 108. So 8, enter. Yes, and 8. Yes. No. Yes, 108. No. 8. Yes. Okay. This is the auditor's report. They normally put a title independent auditor's report. They put the title of this. This is the output of audit. No. This is, once they finish the audit, particular audit firm finish the audit, they provide this report, 1 to 3 pages report. Those days are 1 page. Nowadays they change the format, maximum 3 pages. Here you can see the name of the audit firm. As I told you earlier, there's a KPMG. This is address. This is an international audit firm. This is a very popular international audit firm. So here you can see that here number of things are their opinion, the conclusion. Here you can read here. There's such a way they give the opinion. So that's why the companies are spending huge amount of money as audit fee each and every year. All the public companies, they want to do the audit with the help of the international audit firm, KPMG, EY, Ernst and Young, Cooper. How much can you imagine how much the company pay as audit fee, audit charges? They normally charge 7 lakhs, 8 lakhs, 9 lakhs. No? So then I think you can imagine so why the company spend this huge amount of money as audit fee to these auditors. 8 lakhs, 7 lakhs is expensive. So normally audit fees expense they normally charge under the when they prepare the statement of profit or loss account under the administrative expenses they charge the audit fee is 8 lakhs. So that is administrative expenses. I know that's what type of expense. So even the company, why the company want to spend this much of money? When the expense increase, the profit will decrease. No? When the profit decrease, what happened? The companies they can't satisfy their shareholders. It means they can't give the high dividend to the shareholders. If they're not satisfied, if they fail to satisfy their shareholders, what happened? The market. So shareholders try to shift from this company to another company. So they they may they may reduce their market shares. And the market shares reduce, so the company, the demand, everything is a decline. Then there's a big issue, the big problem. Then even why the company pay this huge amount of audit fee. Definitely they know the audit, especially this financial statement audit, external audit, a lot of benefits to the company among the users or stakeholders or shareholders, create a good image to the company. Yes, Hawkins PLC to the audit to the help of KPM. This image, they create a brand to the particular company, create the good name to the company. So that's what the company spend, create a trustworthy among the people about a particular company, create a good name of the company. So that's what they spend here. You can see the opinion. Here they use the term Okay, you can read here. I am going to expand this, and you can read it clearly. The second, the para, the statement says, in our opinion, the company financial statements, okay, or the company and the group give true and fair view. This is important one. This is a final opinion or conclusion, as I told you earlier. Finally, auditor provide a written communication of the opinion or conclusion. They say true and fair view. True and fair view. It means everything is fine. They properly adopted accounting standard. They properly complied with all the rules and regulations, including accounting standard. Then it's fine. In order to get this kind of opinion, all the public companies spend huge amount of money as audit fee each and every year. Okay, students, here you can see here that this is a way you can understand the things. Yes, then okay, I'm going to finish today the lecture, video lecturing. So I hope you understand all the things. I want to recap the. I want to recap the things what we discussed today. Uh, Here, today we started from this the slide number 6. We discuss about this assurance. So when we say the assurance, simply it says the confidence, giving confidence to the people. Yes. So then we discuss how to connect this term assurance in the business context. So then we discuss about the assurance services. The assurance services are the independent professional services that enhance the information quality for the decision makers. Yes. Then we discuss about attestation services. When we say the attestation services, yes, attestation services, three categories of attestation services are there. One is audit of historical financial statement. Second one, review of historical financial statement. Third one, other attestation services. Our main consideration of this audit of historical financial statement in this semester under the particular course unit auditing assurance. Then we discuss something about this audit of historical financial statement. When we say the audit of historical financial statement, simply it indicates the financial statement audit or company audit or statutory audit or financial audit or external audit. So then when I um, spoke about these mandatory requirements, audit is very compulsory or mandatory to public and private companies only as per the Company Act number 7 of 2007. Even some other organization also want to do the audit because they want to get some benefit from the audit. Then we discuss about this picture. This picture or diagram clearly says the connection or interconnection or interrelation between these assurance, attestation, and auditing. So then we discuss about these non-assurance services. The audit companies, they do the audit service as well as non-assurance services. Some other accounting, bookkeeping services, tax calculation, so some sort of consulting services they provide. So then next finally we discuss on the slide the relationship among these assurance service, attestation, and non-assurance services. Okay, students, I hope you understand this lecturing easily. Okay, bye. We will meet. I will meet. We will meet with the next video lecture. Bye. Good night. Okay.